Hello, everybody. This is Frank with Iron Age News. It is Thursday, August 14th, 11 a.m. on sunny Florida. And those of you who have been going and looking at Instagram and X and all this other stuff, which you really are getting to a point where there's no reason to do it unless you're selling something or wanting to buy something or needing to reassure yourself that socialism is the way to go. You'll see there's been a lot of these quote unquote immigration attorneys that are on there and they are telling people this, that, and the other thing. And it doesn't really seem right, does it? A lot of the stuff they say doesn't seem right. Or they're putting videos up of, people being arrested and shit like that for, violating the borders. And you say, man, well, that's a pretty bad attorney. But then you realize to yourself, people that are possibly illiterate or don't speak English very well or don't have anybody else in the country to look at may contact these people and give them money to not be able to do anything for them at all. So you're basically giving them money for God knows what to pay for their car, where in the meantime, you and your Tia are both blasting off back to wherever you're from. So we've assembled a list of things here. Fortunately, it's in English, but we have a JPEG and a PDF in Spanish. I am not going to read it to you because my Spanish does not flow as it should, but they are available if you know anybody or if you're in a next door group or something like that, and you know people are out there being victimized by A, the socialists who always want them to put up a fight so they can get more video, or B, a lot of these immigration attorneys who are just looking for money, knowing that they can't do anything for them anyway. Nine times, there's a lot. I'll just go through it. You're not getting a lot done if you've been in here faking it. And we also have a little something on there on how you can tell if an attorney's for real or not. In case if you have somebody who's like, I've got to do it, I'm going to do it this way. I hear it can be done. So let's just run through that real quick and you can be on your day. All right. Here's going to be the fake versus the real. And the fake is, I can get you papers no matter what. And on the response is, no one can promise you that. The US has strict rules. Only certain people qualify to stay. Okay. Second, you don't need to go to court if you pay me. Skipping court almost always leads to deportation. A lawyer cannot erase your court date. Third, pay me thousands up front and I will handle it. This is actually true. This came from somebody else to us. Pay only for a consultation first if you must. Don't give a big retainer unless you have a real case and a clear plan. Four, if you marry a U.S. citizen, you're automatically legal. Not at all. Marriage can help some people, but there's still a long legal process, and some people aren't eligible at all. Five, don't worry about expired visas. They will never find you. Look at half of the videos. That's who they're picking up, right? Immigration can find you through your jobs, through your traffic stops, past applications. Staying hidden isn't a long-term plan. Six, you should use a fake social security number to get work. That's a federal crime and can get you deported even faster. All right. Seven, a friend's cousin got papers this way, so it will work for you. Every case is different. What work for somebody else might be illegal or impossible for you. This is not all about you being from Mexico. It has very little to do with the country. It has to do with what you've done since you've been in the country and how you got in the country. You guys got to shake this us against Mexico bullshit. And lastly, I'm not a lawyer, but I can do the same work cheaper. Going on the cheap to stay in the country is never going to get you anywhere. And also going big is probably not going to get you anywhere. Only licensed immigration attorneys or DOJ accredited reps can give you real legal help. Otherwise, it is a scam that they are pulling because they realize by the time you realize it's a scam, your ass is out of the country. So if you are going to have to go down this road or you feel this is the way to go, Here are a couple things for you to ask. Ask the attorney for their license number. Immigration attorneys must be licensed by a U.S. state bar. You can verify that online through the State's Bar Association website. Secondly, check the DOJ accreditation. Non-lawyers must be officially accredited by the Department of Justice's EOIR, Executive Office for Immigration Review. Thirdly, look for immigration experience. Someone who's been doing estate planning who says, well, I understand immigration law, kind of, is not your choice. Immigration law is very specialized. General lawyers may not know the rules well enough to mount a defense if a defense is available. I put the big if in there. Number four, get a written contract. It should clearly say that what they will do, how much it costs, and when payments are due. If you are not an English speaker, take somebody who is an English speaker. And I don't mean they can speak 6 more words than you speak. I mean they are an English speaker. And then actually say, I would like to go somewhere and have my other lawyer review this, because a contract is a contract, okay? Number five, ask for plain language explanations. If they can't explain your case so you understand it, that is a red flag that they themselves are no good at this job. Number six, research reviews and complaints. You can go online, the Bar Association, this and that, other thing, see if there have been complaints or disciplinary actions against this person. And number seven, never pay cash without a receipt. Keep copies of the receipts, make them sign something, make them available to sign a document with your name and how much money, and write cash there. Do not write check or credit card if you give them cash. Make sure it says cash money, because if this guy is a scumbag, he's not reporting any of this. And if you're going to burn, you may as well make him be a little unhappy at the end of the day, too. So those are the things I would say are out there for you. However, if you know that you're wrong, and you're probably wrong 9 times out of 10 on this because of what's occurred under the Biden administration, self-deporting probably is your best bet, because there aren't any real checks against your name. Now, if you do it, you see these people put people up to in the videos where 10 assholes stand out front of your house, and now the guys have to break the door down to get you out. You're never coming back. You are never coming back. Okay? Any property, anything you got in the country, good luck administering it, because if it's certain things that you have to be there in public for, you aren't going to be able to do it. Right? So if you knew, and God knows they told you before the president was elected this was coming, if you own stuff, sell it or put it out of your name and put it into a relative's name that, I can't say that. Sell it all, cash everything in, go back on your own. I wouldn't even put in the thing where you go to them and, on the self-deporting list. You were just never here if you can avoid it. If you have not been in a situation where you have a social security number from the United States, get the hell out of the country. Make the applications in the correct manner in about 2 years, I would say. And if you have never made one before, and at that point, go to the U.S. Embassy in your country, whatever country it is, find out the correct information, because every country has a certain amount of people that are allowed to apply for citizenship. You can apply, doesn't mean you're going to go onto the list, okay? Except they have some of them have a lottery once in a while, but don't expect that stuff. If you're going to stay and bitter end it, you're going to end up losing, because the next step is probably going to be asset seizure, because the longer you play this game, if you go into year 2 of the administration or so, and they start having to crack heads with the companies and things like that, you're only going to lose more. If you get caught now and you're shipped out of the country, first of all, if you go to wherever you're going, probably down here in Florida, you're going to stay there for a while. You're not going to be able to have contact with whoever you think you're going to have contact with. And then you could be shipped to any number of prisons, because somebody has been telling these geniuses to never give them your name and never tell them where you're from. And I'd like to say, because I'm not highly sympathetic here, but I don't like to see people victimize people that are already don't realize how stupid of a situation they're in. You could end up in Sudan. We have a prison in Sudan. Sudan is actually at war. So you're going to be in a prison in a third world country that's at war if you did certain things wrong and we catch you and then we deport you. If you know you've had your DUIs, if you've had your assault charges, this, that, and the other thing, get the hell out of the country while you can, while the getting's good, because you're going to serve time in one of these other countries, Panama, El Salvador, Sudan, Guantanamo Bay. You want to go to Guantanamo Bay, right? These are all, and we're going to get more. We have more companies that are lining up to run basically black sites in other places. But you know why people were pushing for this? Because these are the same people that want to be able to say the United States runs black operational sites in other countries. They need you to be the victim so that they can capitalize on it. So tell your tia or your abuela or your Uncle Sam or whoever the hell it is, your grandpère, tell them, let's do the right thing and let's blast off back home before it gets ugly. But the information we've given you there, which is not legal, it's not legal binding. These are all just things that you can have if your friend's too stupid to understand the reality of the situation in the United States. These things here are the truth, as far as I know. The stuff about checking the lawyer, that would be any lawyer. But I don't like to see these attorneys that are out there saying we can stop it from happening. We can stop it. You can't stop it, buddy. Trust me. They're not, we're not out there playing games with this kind of money because it's a 60-40 or a 70-30 split. The judges that are doing the stuff saying that they're stopping things from happening are only doing it because they're partisan. They're getting overruled every day, right? The guys in the Democratic Party that show up for these things are only showing up so they can get reelected. They don't give a fuck about you or your cousin or whoever else is sitting there going to get deported, but they need you to fight, because if you don't fight, then they can't be the champion of the victims, right? So don't help these people make money. Go out, save yourself while you can, and that's all I can say about that one. So otherwise, have a good day, and we'll talk to you later on.